Hi everybody, welcome to my studio and welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you like my video. Today I want to show you how I'm painting roadside flowers. Title paintings would be Roadside Beauties. Painting is done on a panel covered with watercolor ground. I'll be using watercolors, gouaches, different inks, India inks and acrylic inks. Also fountain pens with different color inks in it. Let's see how it comes and the painting, and let's see you at the painting board. Okay, sketch is done already. I'll be using Micron for the inking the project. Sometime I'm using the little container for the ink to not be spilled. And I'm showing you right now inks I'll be using also. This is waterproof, and then my favorite one, acrylic ink, burnt amber. And that's when we start inking the painting right now. Usually I was using the dipping ink, but for this project I decided to do a lot with microns, and I kind of like it. They have a very thin line. It's still the same thickness. It's not like you can change and have a variety like with a dipping ink, but I just want to see it how it goes. And so far it's just great. We have a little thin line. I'll be using this as like a guidance later when I will be doing washes with watercolor and gouache. In this close-up you can see it not following the lines. Pencil is just like a sketch. Ink lines and the pencil lines will be combined together to the paintings, give it a little flavor, and I will not erase it. It just will stay there. As you see it, the inking is done. That will be right now the first wash, and I'm not doing like normally I will do on a paper, make a wash and equal and nice and pretty. Here, if I have a hard edges, that's great. If I don't, I will create them. And right now I'm mixing almost paint, wet paint on a surface, sort of like I'll be doing in la prima with oils, but this is watercolor. So, but the surface is great for the kind of technique. Like I mentioned earlier, this is watercolor ground on a masonite or pressboard or hardboard, and looks kind of like a jaggy, not pretty, but this is abstract approach to the subject, and as you later you're going to see it, you will combine together. For this painting, I'm using Fuumuui brushes. It's a natural hair, squirrel hair brush. It's very nice, very tight. It takes a lot of water and paint, but also I can use it as for the dry brush technique. And as you can see it on this painting right now, it's a whole bunch of dry edges. Looks kind of not pleasant, but they will come back together. Right now I'm doing lifting, and for this particular piece I'll be doing a lot of paint lifting, and that was my idea on the beginning, to combine the white spaces with dark and make them play together. I'm using sponge, paper, and brush to accomplish the stuff where I want to have it. And that would be like negative and positive spaces on the painting. I want to make this illusion of the dancing and floating air through the little flowers on the roadside. And right now, just like I'm using that for the dry brush technique, I'm using brushes mainly designed for the oil paint, but they're great for the watercolor paint lifting. By doing a lot of paint lifting, I will create a little edges next to each other. Those positive spaces, and those soft lines or soft edges will add up extra flavor to the painting. And right now in the close-ups it may not look pleasant, but together from the distance, when you look in the painting, you will see it. They just kind of give that little dimension and action to the painting itself. In this shot, you can see it. I'm doing on the petals, on the flowers. Some of them are more realistic. Some of them will be more abstract, but combined, there will be flowers on the road and on roadside, and as you can see it, I'm using paper and a sponge. You can see it. That's a Bristle brush, and you can see it. It's done. Lifting, and I'm gonna hit it with the inks. Again, I want to have more lines on a painting. In this moment, I'm using a dipping pen with a burnt amber acrylic ink, and I want to have a variation of lines thickness and with a different thickness. It's why I'm done using micron. Plus, I don't have a micron with a brown ink, so I'm using acrylic right now. And this is a little bit thicker dipping in pen with a green ink to create, like you see it, I have a variation of the thickness of the lines, which I couldn't accomplish with a micron. And that would be, I will have to change it from different micron, different sizes. This one is more convenient for me. I push harder and I have a thicker line, less push, less weight, a thinner line. That's why I choose those dipping ends. Fountain pens are okay too. Later on, when I was painting this, I decided that I need a little bit darker certain parts. So I'm using a gouache paint. I'm showing you the different colors and mixture. I skip the process of mixing on a palette, but you can get the idea. Right now I'm using dry brush with a gouache paint, and that's this way I'm gonna have those little lines and scratches with a bristle brush, and you can see it on the left side, on the left corner, and the little scratchy lines. But this is all is done to get a little dynamic in the painting. So, and now you see it, lifting is done. I'm gonna sign it right now. But as usually, I come back with ideas, and I was like, no, I need to add up something to it and make it more excited. So now you see it, I'm using fountain pen, add up extra lines to the painting and make a more excitement, more drama, more floating, just like a ballet or dance. In a close-up you can see it. I'm using a fountain pen. That's a Lamy fountain pen loaded with a little dark blue ink. You cannot see it right this shot, but you just believe me, that's a little dark blue line ink, and just changing the position of the ink, I can accomplish the different thickness of the line. This one is a Chinese fountain pen. I'm loaded with dark red ink, and I just want to emphasize in a certain part of the flowers to make a more accent with the lines. I could do this with a paint, but I think the lines will do better and get more vibration to the painting. It's another fountain pen loaded with this time is a brown ink. Name is gold, but I just want to, in certain areas, I will playing lines with different colors. So here you see it, speaking about different colors, I'm using white ink, acrylic ink with a dipping pen, and in the areas that I want to have a little sort of showing the light of the going through the shadows. Painting is finished. You can see it right now from the distance. Everything is great, but why I put so many lines? Well, now you're gonna see it, how delicate those lines are there, and they give you extra finesse and a kind of flavor to the the painting to the movement of the flowers, the stem, and all the air going through the whole area. So that's why I'm spending so much time on the lines. That gives a little, little flavor, little things. I always forget to show in the beginning. This is the grant I'm using for the Masonite. That's Watercolor grant, what I'm using for my paintings. And as normally I'm using the cold wax medium for protecting the painting. Would be just like oil painting or acrylic painting. Many art collectors prefer having the painting not being on the glass. This one you can just show without it. That's it. Painting is done. I hope I see you next time on my YouTube channel, and keep painting.